The holiday season is here, and we're kicking it off in the most horrible of ways with a movie that's more like a bad and boring episode of Law & Order SVU than a holiday horror Christmas movie. We watched Krampus, the Christmas Devil. We watch it so you don't have to. So you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad and scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad and scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moon Goons? Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Mr. Marshall Hampton. With me is always my co-host, my buddy, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing on this fine, warm, very warm December day?
Unseasonably warm December day.
It's like
it
60s
is
out there.
Yeah, it's like 70. It's like 75, 70 degrees outside. It's ridiculous. People are outside mowing their fucking lawns.
Yep.
I took the garbage out. I saw bees in December. God damn it. Anyway, I'm doing good, man. It's December 2nd. We have officially kicked off our Christmas horror movies.
I think
It
it's
is.
like the...
No, it's the second.
It's not
No,
the
it's the
second.
third.
It's the
It's the
third. It's not the second.
Never mind. All right, guys.
Yeah, December 3rd.
Opening my flask. Gonna keep up. Maybe you know why I don't know the date.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it is the Christmas season. We're kicking off our, like Aaron just said, our Christmas seasonal horror extravaganza.
I love this time of year. I love it so much. I'm a big Christmas guy too, so I like Christmas. I'm a big fan. I got my Santa hat. I'm pretty pumped. And so, what goes better than horror and Christmas? Well, it's not the best combination, but fuck, is it fun?
It is fun. Before we get to the movie, like I said, we always, let's remind you guys, it is the giving season. With it being the giving season, what better way to show your love and appreciation for the people that bring you joy in this lifetime,
Like us.
than by maybe donating or giving us a few dollars
Of your shekels.
of your shekels, a shiny silver pence, if you will, or something. Yes, you can donate to the show at patreon.com. Look up Horrible Horror Podcast and you can donate money there. All the money goes to the show so we can help continue to bring you more content and hopefully better content and expand the show, into YouTube videos and animation and better equipment and maybe some videos and other stuff. There's a lot of things we'd like to do, but a little few bucks here and there would definitely help us make that a reality. So yeah, Horrible Horror on patreon.com. On that, Aaron, why don't you also tell us about tell the fine listeners about all our other little sites and social media.
Okay, yeah, we're on social media like everyone else, but of course we're on Facebook. We are on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SoBadIt'sScary. You can find us on Instagram. We are also available on our own website, which is
You don't know.
www.horriblehorrorpodcast.com. There you can check out a lot of our episodes. We have different things that we've done recently. Check out our Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. The Hall of Fame is there. I think we're going to be adding to it pretty soon. Maybe next week we have to have a little sit down powwow and make it official. Vote in. We have to check the votes. Get everybody out. And,
Okay.
Make it official. But we might be having some new additions before the year ends.
Yeah. And you can listen to us on iTunes. So yeah, if you like us on iTunes, check us out. Please give us a 5-star rating because it's nice. It bumps us up there. So we like you. We like us. Give us a 5-star rating. That'd be great. If you don't like us, just don't say anything. It'd be nice.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah, 5 stars only, please. Thank you. Also, we're on Podbean. Check us out there. Yeah. So give us a listen.
Yep, that's it. Now a few other things we have. I don't have an official date for this because this is my fault. I meant to talk to Aaron about this before we even started recording. I totally forgot because I was
well, I'm surprised. I'm
in a
intrigued.
little rush. But we will be, it's like I said, it's the giving season, so we will be giving away a brand new unopened Friday the 13th the game on Xbox with extras that came in. This was something I pre-ordered years ago when I first heard about a game. It finally got here. So it's got like a little double-sided poster, some magnets, a sticker, and then the exclusive Bloody Jason and extra counselor clothing included in there, supposedly. So we will be giving that away. We'll figure out what we're going to do. So follow us. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram and Facebook to
What? Sorry.
get more information, learn how to enter and when we will be giving this away. Also, we will be planning upcoming. We're going to be playing some horrible horror game nights. So you gamers out there who listen can join us on Xbox. That's what we got. We got Xboxes. So to play Friday 13th and some Dead by Daylight, if you will. If you would care to join us for like a Friday night of gaming.
Yeah.
Probably have to be 18 to 21 to participate because we're probably going to be drinking and we are.
We're not going to be giving him beer.
Well, that's true, but I mean, we will probably be drunk ourselves playing. So if you
Yeah.
can handle a drunken Aaron and myself being stupid playing games, feel free to join us.
Note to gamers out there, I'm horrible at video games.
Yeah.
Like really, really bad. So I will be great fodder for
Aaron's the easy kill. He's the easy kill, but yeah.
And trust me, if I kill you, I will gloat and rub it in your face as much as I can because it's a win, man.
Yeah.
I need a win.
So follow our Instagram and Facebook page. Just stay tuned for that and learn when and how to get involved with that.
That's cool.
Moving on to this week's movie, kicking out the Christmas season with a little ditty called Krampus, the Christmas Devil. Now, this Krampus movie is not the Adam Scott one, the big motion picture one. This is a independent, little crappy movie that was released on August 17th of 2013, which, again, really odd time to release a Christmas movie in August. Don't know what they were thinking there. That's just...
Well, it wasn't
weird.
like a big release. It was a very tiny release, but they re-released it in 2015.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
To piggyback off of the Krampus.
Yeah. The big,
so it was like that was when their big release was.
Yeah, that's
in 2015.
Yeah, that was the Adam Scott one in the theaters, which I watched this, and I know some people hated it, I think, but actually I didn't find it that bad. Unfortunately, it's only PG-13, but it wasn't that bad. I found it actually kind of enjoyable. So anyway, this movie, Krampus, Christmas Devil, was written and directed by Jason Hall. You can find it on Vudu, Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play. So it's out there. The cast, we aren't going to talk about a single fucking person except for one. One person's worth mentioning, and that is Bill Oberst Jr., who plays Brian Hatt. He's got 168 credits to his name. He's by far the most accomplished and actor in this entire cast. He actually won a Daytime Emmy in his career. And he's been on shows like Criminal Minds, Scream Queens, which is a fun show I really enjoy. And he's also in the movie that we've been hearing about for years, but for some reason still hasn't been released, but Death House.
Yeah, no
that
shit.
too. So this mystery movie. Other than that, there's nobody we're talking about in this cast. And I don't even know how they got this guy to be in this movie.
He's the only one who can act.
He's the only one.
He's the only one who acts.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
So let's open this bag of crap right up. All right, so we open the movie with...
Unwrap this... Take off the bow, unwrap this bag of crap here.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
So we open with a narrator talking about Christmas and Santa and how there's this long-forgotten tale about Krampus and he's Santa's evil brother.
And we have this like stock footage of people unwrapping presents and yay, Christmas, Yuletide cheer.
Yeah, and he just goes on and gives us the Krampus backstory, which pretty much everybody knows by now.
So they give you a big... holiday feel.
Yeah. So after the narration, we cut to Krampus, who's dragging a sack through a snowy woods and snowy fields.
In black and white, and it says 1983.
Yes, thank you for that. I forgot. And inside the sack is a young boy screaming for help.
And Krampus, I don't know if you noticed, but walking into the woods, his feet. Did you look at his feet?
No, not really.
Okay. Even in black and white, as he's walking through the woods, he's dragging this kid through the snow. And the kid's kind of and they're doing a close-up at the feet dragging him through. I swear to God, he's wearing Crocs with, like, homemade, like, Bigfoot shoe type thing, like Kleenex boxes over him. It's ridiculous. His feet look retarded.
Funny. I guess that they're trying to make him look like hooves in that scene, but yeah, I missed that.
It looks like shit.
So, Krampus comes upon this frozen lake, which is really just a glorified puddle.
Yeah, it's a really large puddle.
And basically throws this kid into the frozen lake in the sack, and he pulls out his naughty list and scratches the final name, Jeremy Duffin, off the list. And then we see the boy running away from the frozen lake back to his house, and
Like, instantly.
miraculous, instantly he's out of the lake.
I'm not kidding. It's like Krampus throws him in, turns and starts scratching his name off as the kid gets up and runs off behind him. It's like, this guy is really, he just, must be the end of the day. He's like, fuck. Well, I did my job. Fuck it, he's cross off the list. It's Miller time.
And not only did he instantly get out, like he's also miraculously dry. He just was thrown into a frozen lake. And he's dry. He's just dry to the bone. Just nothing wrong with him at all. And so Krampus now he returns to his cave lair, where we see that on the naughty list, the name Jeremy Duffins is no longer scratched off. It magically becomes
comes back. Yeah, the line through it disappears.
Exactly. Now we fast forward to present day, and a now adult Jeremy is woken up by the ring of his cell phone. We find out Jeremy is now a cop, and he gets called in by his captain due to another missing child report. And we briefly meet Jeremy's wife and daughter as he leaves the house. He heads to the police station, and this is where we roll the opening credits, which take way too long, in my opinion. They seem to last forever.
Dude, so long, while some really, really shitty version of Alice in Chains, like this Alice in Chains wannabe band, is playing over it.
Yes, thank you.
And for the record, I've always hated Alice in Chains.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn you had like their albums when we were in junior high.
I did. I tried, because the cool, I liked Pantera and Metallica and, Sepultura, and a lot of my friends also were like, yeah, Alice in Chains is cool too. I'm like, yeah, Alice in Chains. And I bought a few of their albums, and I'm like, just did not like them. So I'm officially not an Alice in Chains fan.
You don't like the rooster?
No.
I never like, here comes a rooster. Okay, time to make fried chicken then, I guess. Like, I don't know what's the point of a rooster coming along. But anyway.
We're going to probably get some angry people here.
I'm sure we will. So at the station, Jeremy talks to his captain, who is just a really shitty actor. But, I mean, pretty much everyone in this film is a shitty actor.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody is. And this scene is filled with nearly every contrite cop dialogue cliche you can imagine. And Jeremy then starts linking the missing kids in this town to cases of missing kids all over the world. Which he magically knows about all of a sudden. And the captain is kind of slow to buy into this, but he's like, they just blames Jeremy on his own abduction as a kid for this theory. Like, oh, you were just because you were abducted as a kid that you did this.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. There's no reason.
It's so weird.
But then suddenly like, oh, I kind of believe you. He's like, you know what? Gets the men together and go search the area.
So let's rewind real quick. We have dead kids, right?
Dead or missing. Mostly
dead or missing kids in this area, right?
Yes.
In his jurisdiction.
Yes.
And how many people are on the case? And he's saying, hey, this could be linked to several other things. And like, okay. You sure you're just not fucked up?
Yeah.
I might be. All right. Let's go get a beer.
Yeah. So he's like, gather up some men, go search the area. And before, as Jeremy is about to leave, the captain tells him that some convict from Jeremy's past named Brian Hatt has been released from prison on parole. And they're like, what? Huh? What? And like, how dare you? And like, oh, whatever, deal with it later. Yeah, just getting brushed off. It's like, no big deal.
Oh, by the way, the psycho murderer you put away,
rapist guy, yeah,
he's on the streets, and he said he's coming after you and your family.
But don't worry about it right now.
There's no details.
It really isn't. They just gloss over it so blasé like. It's just they don't. I don't know. It's like, how are you supposed to care about this? So the first place Jeremy goes, instead of doing actual police work, is he goes to the local bar.
Goes to the bar
to get a drink.
Yep, gets himself a Jack and Coke.
He does. He orders a Jack and Coke, but I noticed but for us drunks and alcoholics that watch this movie, you can clearly see that is not what the bartender makes him. It looks like rather instead he gets a tea from a generic booze bottle and Coke. That's what he gets. It's just a random booze bottle filled with tea. It's not Jack Daniels at all. So Jerry meets up with these two guys, and he fills them in on what's going on in his plant. Now, at this time, you have no idea who these guys are supposed to be at this point in the movie.
None.
Like they don't look like cops in any sense of the word.
They look like bikers.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. They look like just biker thugs.
They look. Yeah. They're actually stereotyped, cast-typed biker thugs.
Oh yeah, these like you see these would be like extras in like Sons of Anarchy or
Oh,
something like that.
because I looked at their IMDb's, and guess what else they've done? Biker movies.
Biker movies. I know the one guy did.
Yeah.
The one with the longer,
It's
the skinny one.
Ridiculous.
Yes, they're
He's
bikers.
got rings on every finger.
Yes, big old fat silver ring.
Huge goatee.
Yeah.
Full sleeve tattoos.
So we get a little bit more backstory on Jeremy as he reflects back on his childhood with these guys. And again, it doesn't fucking matter.
So yeah, he drops the bombshell like, hey, we're gonna go look for we're gonna look in this area for some clues, just kind of find out what's happening. Basically, they're going on a recon.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna go research, see what's going on in this area, just kind of do some investigation. Oh, by the way, I've been, buds with you for a long time. I'm gonna drop this little nugget on you too.
Yeah, I was a bad kid when I was young, and I was abducted on my way home from school, and blah blah blah, and I think it's the same guy, and
and their reaction is kind of like,
yeah, whoa, all right, dude.
One guy puts his hand on his head. Whoa.
They drink some more, they talk some more. Jeremy then gives them like some like manila folders or stuff. Like, here's some information, these things. We'll meet up in the morning, and he leaves. The other two stay behind, start drinking and talking more.
But as he's walking away, the biker with the goatee comes up to him and stops him before he goes.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's not human. He's not human. Talking about the abductor.
Is it? Because I thought he was talking about Hat here, because they start talking about that Brian Hat again.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeremy's like, I'm not too worried about him because he's just out. He's going to revel in his freedom for a while. He's not going to do anything right away.
Said, okay, yeah, that's right. So they talked also about this escape, the guy who got out of prison.
Yeah.
Saying he's gonna, he's coming after my family. He's coming after us, but we're gonna put that on the back burner.
Yeah,
don't worry. And there's like no details about it
really
whatsoever.
There's a glaring lack of detail about anything in this movie.
Right.
And then we get some stupid backstory. The things we don't need details on, we get. Like, we get a backstory. Oh, Jeremy is supposedly rich. He comes from money up because his grandfather was super rich and he inherited all this money.
But he does it because he loves the job.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't need. So, but like, who fucking cares? Like, that plays no role in this movie.
You just
whatsoever.
wasted 3 minutes of what other details we could have used.
Yeah.
Or now we're getting like his
more about Brian Hat and what's going on there. And
why he has money.
Yeah, who cares? So now we cut to Santa Claus meeting up with Krampus in the woods at night. Now, this Santa is not the jolly old Saint Nick that we all know and love. Nope, this Santa looks like the bike gang leader of the other two guys we saw earlier.
Yeah.
He's got, instead of the nice white beard, he rocks like a gray Jim the Anvil Neidhart goatee, and he's got like long, short-length gray hair, and he just looks like gang leader Santa.
He just looks pissed.
Yeah, angry Santa.
He just looks. There's nothing jolly about this motherfucker.
No, there's not at all.
There's no, rosy cheeks. There's no like bowl full of jelly laugh. He's
not even fat. He's just a normal dude. He's like another biker. So Santa tells Krampus that he only has a few days left to finish his job, and he's supposed to bump Sean Roberts and Heather Duffin to the top of the naughty list because they are now priority number one. These guys, everybody else, don't worry about them right now. Get these two kids. They're public enemy number one right now.
So when did fucking Santa become like a mob boss?
I know. He's like,
like I thought Santa was like, oh, you're naughty. I'm not going to give you presents. Oh, yeah.
It's weird. Like, I know in all the other, Krampus punishes the bad kids. Santa does the good ones, but since when does Santa like get involved with the bad kids? He's like, kill them all.
Yeah,
he's like they're good.
Fucking gangland boss.
Like, yeah, this guy he gets punished. Oh, he's like, oh, this one kid, he went good on us. He's like pissed, like the kid went good.
He went good on. Fuck.
Like, is that a good thing? Don't you want the kids to be good? But not this Santa. He's like, fucking kill them all. So, we go back to Jeremy returning home, and he goes straight to his man cave bar and again starts drinking.
Yeah, this time he does have Gentleman Jack.
Yeah. So we have a cop who's supposedly obsessed with finding these missing kids, and so far all we've seen him do is drink at a bar and drink at home. He has done zero actual police work or any sort of investigating these cases whatsoever. Nothing. He pulls out this giant revolver from the safe. Loads of
hand cannon.
It is a hand. It's massive. Loads with one bullet. Goes into another room where on the wall is the large map of the United States with all the missing kids' pictures pinned up on it, and on the sides of the map are the missing kid wanted posters. And while he looks at it, we hear that sounds like kids screaming or playing.
God.
And it's played on this recycled endless loop. And it's so annoying. So fast. Like after the second loop, I'm like, I'm sick of this.
It's only like 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
It sounds like kids playing like on a playground, and then there's one kid who yells out kind of loud, "Mommy!"
Yeah, and just a
It's
loop
not
over
scary.
and over and over and over again. It's
annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So Jeremy sits down on this couch, and he starts having flashbacks of his abduction by Krampus. And this is like the third time we've seen this crap in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we fucking get it already. Like, you don't need a flashback already of this. And not only that, but it also includes this conversation with the captain, which we don't fucking need a flashback of something that happened 5 minutes ago. We don't need a flashback of that. It's fresh in our heads. Why is that in here? That's just bad filmmaking. So he loads, like I said, he loads revolver with one bullet, raises the gun. He aims at something off the screen. And this says, "It's you and me." Pulls the trigger, click. So nothing happens. He spins the cylinder. Now he places the barrel under his chin, pulls the trigger, click.
What?
Well, yeah, what the fuck? This is so goddamn retarded. I mean, again, like I said, this guy's supposed to be obsessed with helping and finding these missing kids. And that's his goal. That's his life purpose. But now he's fucking suicidal?
Like playing Russian roulette
with himself? Like, this makes zero sense, and it makes me so angry.
Dude, it's so crazy because he also seems like a well-adjusted guy. He's got friends. He can talk to him about his personal problems. The captain also knows about his personal problems. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He's got a really nice place.
And apparently he's rich, too.
Yeah, his shit's really together. You know,
there is, again, zero backstory information why he decides that I'm going to play Russian roulette and try to kill myself.
Other than he was abducted and got away, and he seems to be pretty well adjusted.
Yeah.
But now he's like suicidal and hanging on the edge.
He's not even taking meds for PTSD or anything. He's totally fine, but just, I'm going to kill myself. It comes out of nowhere, and never again does it come back. Nobody comments on this and never circles back. It's just a weird, useless...
Cause it's cool.
Infuriating scene.
He drinks whiskey and plays Russian roulette. He's troubled.
Yeah.
That's like the scene they show, but there's no evidence to support that.
Yeah, and nothing comes back to it. So since he didn't kill himself,
I guess I'm gonna go back to
he's
work.
Like, I'll finish my drink, and he starts staring off at the map again. Now, we cut to these three kids playing Monopoly in some other house, and one of the boys just gets pissed off and just flips the board. He's like, fuck this game.
I'm out.
And flips the board over. So the girl that's with him sees Krampus staying outside in the backyard, but of course when mommy comes over to look, he's gone. The girl leaves to go home because she gets a phone call saying she has to come home, and asks Sean, who's the kid who flipped the board game, like, hey, will you walk me home? Which is like, okay, fine, I'll walk you home.
So this is a kid that's on the naughty list.
He was bumped up to public enemy number one, apparently.
Public enemy because he flips board games.
Yeah, he flips board games. So
what a little asshole. So kill that fuck.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only bit of naughtiness we can link to this kid.
So far, right.
We've never seen this kid before.
He flips a board game,
and
then he walks the little girl home, and he does it in the cutest way ever.
Yeah.
They hold hands as he walks her home. It's fucking adorable.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. It's like, why is this guy not?
It's super cute, and it's not like she's like, "Can you walk me home?" He goes, "Okay."
Or
it wasn't like
I don't want to.
Yeah, there was nothing like. God, you know.
No, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll definitely do it.
Sure,
no problem.
Let's hold hands. Walk you home. And it's like 2 houses down.
Yeah, it's really not that far. He drops her off and he turns the head back the way he came, but that's when he gets abducted by Krampus. Krampus has got some balls. Because he just bums rushes this kid in the middle of the street.
Middle of the day.
Plain view of all the houses that line the street.
Houses, row of houses along the street on both sides.
And he just runs and grabs this kid, throws a sack over him.
Burlap sack.
Like a potato sack. Just throws it over the kid, scoops him up, and runs off. Not even like, there's no white windowless van, or they just scoops up the kid and runs down the street. He's on foot. In the middle of the suburbs.
In the middle of the day.
So now
he's got some skills.
So next we join up with Jeremy and his two buddies, bikers / hired guns. They're out in the woods.
Scene.
It's so stupid. They're pulling out assault rifles from the back of an SUV.
Let's just start. They get out and they're decked out in because it's snowy. Everything is
snow. Yes.
There's snow everywhere. They're decked out in white camouflage,
snow camo
with, I guess their
best
vest,
tactical Kevlar vest.
tactical, but it doesn't say police.
Nope.
But it has their name.
It
on
has
it.
a name patch on, but there's no police
There's
insignia, no badge.
indication.
Yeah, they're just tactical vests.
They just look like NRA hard-on kind of guys.
They really do.
Who just like militia type guys.
Yeah,
who
militia type. That's a
who
great
just
way.
want to play with guns and like act like they're in the army.
And they're not even like fully decked down camo. They're just wearing camo shirts with like black jeans or pants.
No,
Like, there's no camo pants.
Well, whatever.
No.
But
there's just a camo shirt with
Yeah,
a tactical
yeah,
vest, and
yeah.
they all have like assault rifles.
or like blue jeans or dark jeans.
Yeah, dark jeans on. They all gear up and they move out. Now, the next shot of them, it's so out of place. I can't help but laugh because it's them moving across an open, snowy covered field.
Open field.
But they're moving across it like they're in a war zone.
Yeah.
Like they're tactically moving across, and it just looks so comical and out of place.
Their guns are up like in almost an aim position, squatted down, looking around. I mean, you can see for miles.
Yeah, there's nothing around them.
It's not like
And-
you're going to be walking around a corner or anything. It's not like you're in an urban environment or heavy woods.
I remember doing that kind of training, basic training in the army. Like we were doing, movement, squad movement, all this stuff. That's the type of shit you do like in combat zones. Like they're like again like bad hunters just out wandering the woods, but they're like ready to go to war with Al Qaeda or something.
Oh, because the best part is when they were walking through.
Oh, the hand signal.
Yes!
Because Jamie just like throws up the fist, and they all come to us something. Oh!
They'll drop,
that?
get their knees,
Look
start
around.
looking around.
And then like 2 seconds later, James like does the circle.
He's waving his finger
like,
around.
Let's go forward. It's like, what? What was the point of even stopping? There's, like I said, there's no danger around them. They could see for like they have acres of land around them where they can see clearly. No noise, no movement, but they're like, huh, what's that? Oh, okay, let's go. It's like, what? Why? If it's trying to add some drama, suspense, or tension to this movie,
All it did was add comedy.
fails.
It
It
just made me laugh.
Completely fails. So more shots of them going through the woods, trying to look like SEAL Team 6 or some shit like that. And this feels like an eternity of just them wandering
SEAL
through.
Team 6.
Again, they...
This is like Tadpole 3.
So, again, they come to a stop, and Jeremy whispers to them that they have reached the lake where they found a body. And again, I'm like, why are you whispering? There's nobody here to hear you. The woods are barren. There's nothing in eyesight. And like, but he's whispering like, okay, guys, listen up. This is where we found the body, and we have to be very careful because they could be around here somewhere. If they're there, one, they can see you because you're out in the fucking open. It doesn't matter. You can see them. They can't hear you. It's just maddening. Again, they move out. The fatter one spots some blood in the snow, which looks like they just dumped red Kool-Aid in the snow.
Exactly. That's exactly what it looks like.
And again, they follow the blood trail as we see Krampus darting around some trees. And eventually, they see Krampus in the distance, which at that range, Krampus would look like just a regular old dude in a black coat.
Yeah, there's nothing that's like they see someone.
They see someone.
And even if he's someone who looks like he's wearing something scary, like
yeah,
like a weirdo.
Yeah,
you'd say, okay, hey, there's a weirdo over there.
Freeze! Hey, stop! Remember, these guys are supposed to be cops.
These are cops.
And
yeah,
they just blindly just open fire without abandon.
They just go open fire.
They just unload.
The three of them line up and unload their clips as fucking butt rock starts playing. Because they're shooting. I bet you anything because it's low budget. I bet these guys are just NRA nuts, gun nuts who love guns, and they bet they were just unloading full clips. Just not like I bet they were shooting live rounds. I bet you anything they were shooting live rounds. Just like fuck it. Like this is the type of movie where so and so died on the set today. Because those low budget assholes wanted to go play army in the woods.
But yeah, again, like they're cops. All three were supposed to be cops, and there's not a freeze.
They didn't say.
Hey.
They didn't say hey.
Yeah.
They didn't say free. They nothing.
No,
they
hey,
just,
police! Like now, just open fire. So they have no idea who this person is. For all they know, they just open fire on some innocent guy enjoying a walk in the woods.
Right.
Like, just, oh my God. It's so bad. So after all three of them unload their clips and hit nothing, Jeremy tells them to reload, follow him as they take off in that direction. Now, there's a shot of Jeremy. Oh my God, I can't believe this whole thing is just giving me a migraine. Jeremy starts kneeling down and touching the snow and ground like there's some kind of way that this is going to help him track Krampus.
What is he doing? Like,
did he just gain like a mutant power? Did he just become Thunderbird? Like the tracker? He's like, I'm going to touch the ground. I'm going to know where he went. I can track him by touching the snow. Like, what the fuck?
Wolverine, like, smelling it.
He's not even smelling. He just touches the ground. He's going to, like, instantly know which way he went. I mean, he's not touching footprints. He's not touching blood. He just kneels down, puts his hand on the snow, and he's like, oh, he went this way. I'm like, what?
It's like he's Aragorn. Listens to the earth. Their pace quickens.
Aragorn?
Strider?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
Anyway, it's just fucking retarded. And he does this more than once. He does like 3 times.
He gets up, walks a few steps, and does it again. Yeah. Like, well, this earth isn't telling me shit. Let me go check over here.
I know Thunderbird, it might be a bit of more of an obscure reference, but goddamn, that's what he did. That was he was a super strong Native American character who could track by that was his superpower. He could track people by touching the ground.
The strength of a bear.
Yeah, and if you watch the new show, The Gifted, he's a character on that, which is basically what he does.
Well, there's his brother Warpath, who
he died, or one of them died.
Thunderbird died.
I thought Warpath died, and then Thunderbird came next.
Oh well,
like one of the two. They're basically the exact same fucking character.
Yeah.
They wore the same outfit. It doesn't matter. So anyway, the 3 of them get separated in the woods, and then all of a sudden, everything goes into slow motion. As this movie, I'm going to say it now because this movie has a fucking hard on for slow. Yeah, thank you for slow motion.
This movie would be 20 minutes shorter if it wasn't for all the slow motion.
Yes. Like this director, ooh, slow motion. Like I have to, like he fell in love with slow motion and just decided, let's use it every possible chance I get, even if it makes 0 sense whatsoever.
Yeah. So I couldn't stand the slow motion, and also just like the distorted camera effects.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
it's like every camera like trick that came with the software they use. They're just like,
it's like
this
guy was like day one of film school. Like he learned like, ooh, I can distort the film. I can make slow motion. All right, let's do it. Like this is the type of shit we would have done when we were like 15, making those movies in our backyard. Like, oh, we can actually do slow motion. All right, cool. It's gonna be the coolest thing ever. And we would totally would have overdone it.
Saturate with slow motion.
Yeah, that's what happens from here on out.
Because you're playing with it, you're learning it, but you don't release it to the public.
No, those movies are still sitting in a box in a closet
where
somewhere.
They should. Just like this piece of trash.
Tom the Zombie will never be seen to the public. Anyway, we see Krampus swinging this long length of chain above his head, and he just hits Jeremy in the head with it, knocking him out cold.
Oh, he hits him, does he? Because all we see is him swinging around his head, and then we cut to Jeremy going, ugh.
Yeah.
And like falling down. There's no impact. There's nothing hitting his face. All we see is a Krampus swinging a chain, and then Jeremy going, ugh. Like falling down.
Yeah, they couldn't even get that
That's
kind of
really
effect.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that's something we would have done in our...
Yeah.
So now up runs Norse. Now this is only getting this because they're fine wearing Norse is the skinnier of the two with the long goatee.
With the goatee, with the
rings. But Krampus just knocks him out too at the chain. Just same thing.
Effect. Just swings his chain around.
It's the same scene. They just recycled the same footage again, and
down falls Norse.
Yeah, and Krampus proceeds to wrap their legs together with the chain, and he drags them off. Now we cut to the fatter tag-along cop guy, who I think his name is Walker later. But
yeah.
Okay, so he spots Krampus, and now they do the opposite. They speed up the film to make it look like Krampus like zipping through the trees, like
moving super fast,
supernatural speed.
But it's just like 1.5 times faster.
Yeah. So the guy pops off some more shots, but hits nothing as Krampus moves about. And it's paired up some really odd sounding sound effects that sound like whale songs as Krampus moves around. Like, I can't even do it right, but it's
humpback whales.
Yeah, it's like humpback whales music. Like, what is this? Is such an odd choice for a sound effect in this scene. So again, we get this more slow motion as the guy he's standing there facing one, and he turns around in slow motion, and there's Krampus standing right behind him. Krampus punches him.
Instead of using his chain or a knife or something spooky, he just fucking jacks him.
Yeah, he just punches him right in the face, knocking him to the ground.
He throws a good right cross.
Yeah. And he just curb stomps the shit out of this guy's face and head.
He falls down.
Killing him in slow motion.
Oh, yeah. The curb stomp scene. Oh, my God. It's just, every time it comes on, and it's in slow motion, and they don't show him getting stomped.
No, you
they
see
just
the
show
foot go up and
the
down.
foot going up and down, and then they show his face, which is like
bloody,
a little bloody.
Yeah, barely bloody for what.
Just he looks like he might be unconscious, but apparently he's dead.
He's dead. You never see him again. Now we cut to some random girl in only her panties, chained up in Krampus caves, completely naked other than her panties, and she just chained up there. And the two cops, Norris and Jeremy Duffin, they wake up to the sound of her screaming. Jeremy sees the kid, Sean, who got abducted in this makeshift cage.
Like a wire, like
chicken
a chicken wire makeshift, wooden pallet cage.
Seeing that Norris is awake, Krampus goes up to him and tells him that you just made the list. I guess referring to naughty list.
So
which, why is he on the list?
This is weird. So the girl's tied up.
Yeah.
She's topless.
Yeah.
With her big old titties flopping around.
Yep.
She's chained up above her head. Krampus is coming up, kind of like rubbing his fingers on her face, like making like creepy things. And she looks and sees Norris like getting up. And she kind of makes eye contact with Norris, going, ah! And she starts shaking her head. And this makes Krampus go, oh, turns around and sees Norris awake. Then he says he made the naughty list. Did he make the naughty list because he was stepping on Krampus's game?
Yeah, like I don't.
Was he interrupting his flirting?
His playtime?
Yeah,
Like,
his playtime.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, why is he on the naughty list?
Like, it wouldn't make any sense to knock Norris out, drag him all the way back to your lair, leave him there, and then wait for him to wake up, then kill him.
Yeah, it's hardly anything in this movie makes sense. Like,
No.
nothing makes the script, the storyline, nothing makes sense. But that's a great point. I didn't even think about it, but that is a great point.
Yeah.
He just wakes up, as you made a list, and he pulls out this giant, weird-looking knife.
In slow motion.
Kills Norris by stabbing him in the chest, and then rips out his still beating heart with the knife.
Oh, it's a perfect, like, plastic heart, like you get from any, like, Halloween store. And it's supposed to be beating still. It's making the sound effect of boom, 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 boom. But you can tell the person who's holding it is, like, maybe twitching their middle finger just enough.
Kind of squeeze it.
Just like enough to make it look, it's pathetic.
It is.
It's fucking pathetic.
It really is.
And then for emphasis, he holds it up and squeezes it, crushing it, but it's clearly red Jell-O.
Yeah, it's like gelatin. So Krampus now turns his attention to Jeremy. Seeing Jeremy up close, Krampus says, I know your face. And then he goes to look at his naughty list. And using the name tag from the Kevlar vest, he compares it to the list and sees that the unscratched off Jeremy Duffin name. So he's like, oh, he puts 2 to 2 together. Oh, you're the kid that immediately got out of the lake as soon as I turned my back and didn't do my job.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Right?
Jeremy pretty much immediately manages to escape and flee the cave.
Yeah, how does he get...
He like...
Up, gone.
It's like the laziest like rope tied around his waist, and he just wiggles out of it and he's gone. Krampus really doesn't seem to give a shit about this. He just turns his attention to his pet.
Yeah.
The girl, the chained up girl. And he starts rubbing her face again, and he like shoots out some super crappy looking magic shit into her face.
You mean his roofie lasers?
Yeah, his roofie lasers. Thank you. The roofie lasers.
What was that? She's scared. She's terrified. He zaps her with this roofie lasers out of his fingers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's like, oh
yeah. Now she's all like turned on. She's like, she's into it. It's like the killer eye that would like zap the girl.
Yes.
Shoot the girl.
Yes. It's like love potion number 9. All of a sudden, she's down to party. He unhooks her. She starts like kind of giving a little wiggle. Like it's
no, he doesn't unhook her.
Oh, he doesn't unhook her. But yeah, she's like,
all into
she's
it.
into it.
And it looks like I think Krampus is about to start to make out with her because like he kind of gets in front of her and like leans into her. But the camera cuts back to Jeremy running out of the cave. And we get several, and in my opinion, way too many shots of Jeremy running through the woods. I mean, we get it. He's fleeing the cave.
This is kind of a jerk off scene. This is the actor going, dude, he's in decent shape. Everybody's like I'm gonna run my fucking balls off. It's gonna be so cool. And he runs, and he's running through rocks, and he's jumping over stuff, and he's
running through a river and blah blah blah,
sliding down a hill and running through great, wonderful athletic ability, fantastic. But
good for you.
Wow, do we really need to watch all this?
Yeah, they could have cut 3 or 4 of these shots out of the movie, and we still know that Jeremy's running through the woods. Like it was overkill, way too much. Back in the cave now, Santa shows up and gives Krampus the business for fucking around with this girl, saying playtime was 2 days ago, and Santa snaps her out of her horny little trance, and he lets her go, and she runs. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, dude, Santa comes in and says, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
That should never come out of Santa's mouth.
No.
How dare you?
Exactly.
God damn it.
So Jeremy makes it back to his car, drives off, and he calls the captain, fills him in what's going. And good God, the acting in this scene is so bad, and the writing's even worse. It's fucking atrocious. Like, I can't emphasize enough how bad this scene is with the acting and the writing combined. Back in the cave, Sean, the kid, begs Santa for help, but Santa starts yelling at the kid for being naughty, and he's like, fuck you, kid. Santa's like, hey, Sean, Krampus here is going to hurt you for being naughty.
He calls him a little shit.
He's like, fucker. And the kid is like, looks genuinely terrified and is crying.
Yeah.
And
I don't think this kid's acting.
No.
I think this kid's like a little too young. He's probably not a professional child actor.
Nope.
He's probably someone's kid. Or like, hey, I know my buddy Mike's got a kid.
And in comes Hell's Angel Santa yelling at you, saying Krampus is going to kill you.
He's in a little fucking cage.
Eventually, Santa tells Sean that he's lucky because there's someone else who is worse than him, and that this year Santa's going to let him go. But if he's ever naughty again, Krampus is going to come back and fucking kill him.
And terminate your life. He's yelling at him like a drill sergeant.
Yeah, so Sean's set free and runs off, and Santa tells Krampus that time's running out and the naughty must be punished. I'm like, really? Because you just let one of your top 2 most naughty kids go. Even though you just said this kid is priority number 1.
Yeah.
Take care of him. And then you're just like, no, let him go.
You have him right there.
Yeah, so again, nothing makes sense in this script, in this movie at all. You're going back and forth. They're contradicting itself. Just, if this is the end game, if this is your goal, just kill the kid and then move on to your number 1. Then you got, one of 2 birds down.
Yeah.
You're halfway home. Now you just let one go. It's not going to take any more time. Just like kill him real quick and then move on.
They just do not seem to give a shit.
And this is weird that I'm advocating child murder all of a sudden. I'm not, but I'm just saying, in the premise of this movie, these characters just kill the kid, move on to your number 1 kid.
But it's so weird because they let Jeremy Duffin go, the cop, go. They let the girl who is topless go.
Well,
they let the kid go.
Yeah.
All these people are escaping from this location and would probably be like, hey,
Yeah.
there's a
murderous
monster
and an evil Santa in this cave right here.
Like, and they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. So Santa goes on to say that the girl Heather Duffin is really naughty, and that not all the missing kids in the area are of Krampus's doing, and neither is the blood the cops found down by the lake that that looked like Kool-Aid earlier. So, apparently Heather is a little serial killer in training right now. She's apparently doing really, really bad shit that nobody knows about. Krampus has 6 hours left till midnight to finish his work. Jeremy arrives back at the station, fills in the captain in another god-awful scene that's just fucking terrible. For some reason, the captain is tells Jeremy to hand over his gun and badge it. He's off the case now because
this scene is horrible. So he comes into the police station.
Right.
He's like, "Where they're killed? They're back at there. He killed them both. Oh my god, we gotta go. I don't know what's happening." I'm not exaggerating. This is how it goes.
It's exactly what it is.
And the cop's going. The captain's going. Okay. And finally goes, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
But again, he has him. He's like, "You're off the case. Give me your gun and your badge." So why? I don't understand. This. Again, it's back and forth. He supports. Jeremy's like the great guy. The captain knows him and knew his father and knows Jeremy really well. And he's like, "Oh, give me your badge." And then, well, we're coming up on something. I'll try to remember to come back to this.
But this is so he turns over his badge. He turns over his gun.
Yeah.
So he just really quick, when he was back in the cave, he had a fucking gun. He
apparently would have had a gun with him.
He had a gun on his leg. He pulled the gun off his leg. So when he was getting out of escaping from the cave, he had a gun.
Oh my God! I totally missed that. You're totally right. You should have just shot Krampus.
He had a gun, and he left a topless girl and a kid in a cage.
These are the worst cops.
These are the worst fucking cops ever.
So much for doing my job. I'm gonna go to the bar and get drunk. I know. Fuck these kids tied up with a monster. Oh. God damn! I didn't even think about that. That makes it so much worse.
So he finally calms down.
And what's he do? He goes take a shower.
All I need is a shower. And then they play like sexy music as he's showering
in slow motion. The water's cascading down his bald head in slow motion. It's like fucking emotional romantic music or some plays in the background. What is happening?
Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm snotty from laughing.
Jeremy ends up in his car again where he pops some pills with some more booze.
Yeah, so
as crappy butt rock music plays.
This guy's the worst. He gets into his car after like horrible things happen, and instead of like focusing and being a good tough cop and like I want to get revenge for my buddies,
like I need to go back to that cave and free them people.
Right. Nope. He's like fucking pops a couple Xanax and downs it with whiskey.
Time to get fucked up.
Shit.
So, oh God. And again, more slow motion of him sitting in a car doing nothing. But you can tell it's slow motion because the snow outside his window is falling in slow motion.
Yes. Oh.
Of all scenes that don't need to be in slow motion, a scene of somebody sitting still in a car might be the top of the list of things that never need to be in slow motion.
Oh.
So now we see Krampus' hands reaching out from the backseat. Krampus grabs Jeremy. They struggle. Jeremy is just repeatedly smashed headfirst into the steering wheel.
And they shoot it from like 4 different angles.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And it's like this butt rock music. It's
yeah,
like,
I know.
And it just looks like he's like headbanging.
It does.
Like into the, like, and he's putting his hands up. So he's not really being slammed. He's like slowly like.
Yeah.
Flop. It looks like he's just like flopping on the steering wheel.
It's like when wrestlers get, when they take the head,
into
the head of the turnbuckle, they put the hand up.
Yeah.
So, but then he wakes up, still sitting in the car. Krampus is nowhere to be seen. And he drives off. And where does he go? To the bar!
To the bar, motherfucker.
The bar! At the bar, Jeremy sees a news report about his buddies being killed, because that's super fast.
So he literally just escaped.
Went
to the police station.
Yep.
Hey, we're all gonna, like they said, we're gonna send teams. You stay home. We'll go to the location.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a shower, goes to the bar. Boom! It's on the news.
It's on the news.
And he goes to a cop bar.
A cop bar, yeah. A cop bar. And also, the funny thing about the news report, the scene where you watch a news reporter like read this report, you notice that she has no idea what she's saying because her eyes keep looking up, like she's clearly reading cue cards.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly looking up at these cue cards. I found it hilarious. So the bartender, Henry or Harry, whoever the fuck he is, an ex-cop, he tries to give Jeremy a pep talk.
I'm sorry, we talked about that news report again really
quick.
Sure,
yeah.
We're looking at that news report. They show pictures. They say 2 police officers were killed. Officer Norris and Officer Walker. And they show a picture of Officer Walker, who's a picture of him in his camouflage gear. So when he was literally just hours ago in the woods with his same gear, same gun, same everything in the woods, like smiling like an asshole. And the other picture they show of Officer Norris, who's the goatee guy, it's him like in an empty football stadium with a plaque and a cheerleader. Huh?
Like that one they just took like a home image of. Like, I have this picture lying around my house, use this one. And the other one just like, I was throwing this up there. Like, what? No.
It's like him accepting an award in an empty football stadium. Like the Silver Dome or something. Like with a cheerleader.
They could have gotten like rented like a cop outfit just to take a picture of them in like, their police outfit. And
like a badge photo or something.
Yeah, like the badge, the records photo. Like, no, but you're totally right. It's the picture of them in the white camo with the Kevlar vest.
One's in the white camo and the Kevlar vest. The other one, he's at a fucking empty football stadium.
With a kid or something. Yeah, it's so... Anyway, so, like I said, the bartender tries to give Jeremy a pep talk. Jeremy calls his wife.
He's like, I was a cop on the beat. I know what it's like.
I know.
He's supposed to be like from New York. He's just like, huh? You understand what I'm saying? Huh? He's like, his pep talk is just, you know what will happen to you, right? You know what will happen if you go down that road, if you don't let the sun shine. You know what will happen. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that's his pep talk. It's just nonsense. It's so bad. And it goes on for like 5 minutes.
It does. It's finally broken up with Jeremy getting a call from his wife, but the conversation is meaningless, boring, and unneeded, so I'm not even skipping over it.
She's like, I've been worried about you. I'm at the bar. It says on the news your friends were killed. I'm at the bar. I'm baking cookies and it's almost Christmas. I'm at the bar. These horrible people.
Yeah. Now, after this, there's a scene of the bartender, Harry, or Henry, whatever the fuck I call him, Harry. And he's getting into it with another cop who's pissed off at Jeremy for some reason because Jeremy, I guess, let his buddies die or these cops.
There's 3 other cops sitting there.
Yeah,
who work in the same fucking town.
Yeah.
Who should be going to this cave because they just found out that 2 of their police officer friends have been killed.
Keep in mind, this is not like New York. This is like a small town. So there's not like their police force is going to be huge.
Yeah, but so there's just 3 cops just like...
4 if you got Jeremy.
And they just like say, fuck you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Like there's no camaraderie.
None.
There's no like, oh my God, you just went through a horrible situation. You're trying to defend the law. Let's rally around them. They're like, fuck you.
And again, there's no real, they try to explain it a little bit, but they do a piss poor job. Like, why do these guys hate Jeremy? What did Jeremy do? Like, there's no real reason for this animosity, this hate coming at Jeremy's way. So we go to Jeremy's house where his wife Rebecca's on the couch with her teenage daughter Heather. They're wrapping Christmas gifts. There's a knock on the door. The wife answers, and there stands the man who says, "Hey, I'm a friend of Jeremy's." Again, blah blah blah. But the man bursts in, followed by 2 other men. They grab and restrain Rebecca while one of the other ones goes upstairs to get Heather. And of course, this is Brian Hatt and his 2 lackeys. Rebecca pleads with him to take whatever he wants, just don't hurt him or her or the daughter. And Hatt's like, hey, you don't have what I want. What I want is not here, and you can't give it to me because what I want is the 10 years of my life back that I spent in prison. And we find out that Hatt was put away for raping a little girl, which he even admits to doing. And they tie her up and they drag Rebecca away, where Goon number 1 does, while Goon 2's upstairs. Goon 2's up there looking for Heather. Heather shows up in a doorway.
Dude.
And, okay, first, before I go into this, I do want to say, like we commented at the very top of the show that Brian Hatt, the actor Bill Oberst Jr., I think he's the only one in this movie who does a decent performance. He actually has some creepiness and some he's psychoticness to him. He's pretty good. But now what happens here is so ridiculous and unbelievable that it's just insulting, I think, to the viewers. So Goon 2's upstairs looking for Heather. And
looking for Heather, who is a teenage girl.
Maybe 15, 16, 17, somewhere in there. Heather shows up in a dark doorway. It kind of leans up against the door and like seductively beckons him to come closer.
Like with her finger.
Like the come hither fingers. And it looks like she's trying to hit that G-spot. Which he does. He walks right up to her. Heather's like...
He like takes off his sweatshirt.
Yeah, his jacket. And she's
walking up to him all sexy with her hands behind her back. And instead of like him like maybe embracing her or kissing her or something like that.
I have comment on that. Yeah. But he's like... Heather's like, get on the floor. And he does. He lies down. She fucking mounts him. And we see when she's holding a knife behind her back at this point. And it looks like she's going to kiss him. And then she just starts stabbing the shit out of this guy, killing him. But there's so many things wrong with this scene, with this. It's.
Marshall's got a migraine.
This movie gives me a migraine.
So, yeah, she walks up to him, does the come hither thing. He lays down.
Yes.
And he just. No.
Exactly. If you're here for a home invasion, you're not gonna say, "Oh, all right, let's get it on." First of all, why would a goon just give into her and think that she's actually gonna fuck him. Like, there's no way a scared kid is like gonna, oh, this girl who I just burst into her house suddenly wants to jump my bones. Like, all right, let's do it.
Sweet.
Yeah. And second, I don't think he would just lie down on the floor and be in a
submissive position.
The submissive. Thank you, submissive. Yeah. If this is, he's gonna grab her and he's gonna be the aggressor. He's gonna fuck her.
Right.
Even he's like, hey, I want you to fuck me. He's gonna grab her. He's gonna be on top. He's the one that's gonna take charge. It's not just like lay down and be like, all right, for it. It's
sweet. Yeah.
Oh try to wrap your head around this. It just makes your head hurt. It's so fucking ridiculous and bad.
The stabbing is pretty bad too, because they show her just like stabbing down, and I swear it was like when it's the stabbing sound, it's like plastic. It's like it doesn't sound, and there's no scream. He never screams.
You're right.
He never
scream.
hollers. He never goes, "Oh my god!" Nothing.
You're right. Which is another great point, because like even he's not getting stabbed like right in the throat or in the face. Like, he wouldn't be screaming at that point, in which case the people downstairs would hear him. But yeah, that's another big flaw right there in this. Now we cut back to Jeremy still at the bar, who for seemingly at this point no reason just starts a bar fight with the other cops.
Dude,
he's just staying there at the fireplace, turns around and like smashes a beer bottle in this one cop's head.
It's so bad.
And yeah, holy shit, is this fucking bad.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It is the worst fight scene ever. Like, the actors are literally punching and fighting in slow motion. Not this is
not actual slow motion.
This is like them punching in slow motion and then like dodge. It's awful. The choreography is just shit. It's the worst fight scene I've ever seen put on film.
Dude,
ever.
I did a fight scene in high school play.
Yeah.
It was way better than this. In my high school play, it was horrible. Like, slow motion punch, and they would put like the fist against the face and then push to make the turn, and you know, they would throw someone up on the ground and like gently lower them to the ground. It is laughable. It takes place in like a span of 4 feet.
Yeah.
They don't move, they don't turn. Like, he throws a spinning back kick.
Yeah.
In super, like, it barely touches the guy. He goes flying against the bar.
Yeah, it's the worst fight scene ever.
It's
we cannot
so
emphasize
bad.
enough. Jeremy easily takes out 2 guys, and then the third guy comes up, smashes the beer bottle over Jeremy's head, turning the tide. But in comes the captain and Henry, and they break up the fight.
So, the captain comes in, who's fucking fat as hell. Holy
is so
shit.
fat.
He sees what's happening. He turns. He locks the door behind him.
Which, by the way, there are other people in the bar just sitting there drinking at the bar like nothing's going on.
It's not like this is an empty bar closing time or something.
It's like just your neighborhood bar with a bunch of people, and a guy walks in and locks the door, and he's like, all right, time to get shit. It's about to get real. And so Harry, whatever, and the cop restrain the one who hit Jeremy, the third guy who hit Jeremy with the bottle. And he's like, then the captain's like, Jeremy, we got this. You go home to your wife. It's all, no, you were never here.
Don't you worry about it. We'll take care of it, buddy.
You were never here.
Like, what the fuck is going to happen?
Yeah, so Jeremy leaves, and the captain takes an aluminum bat and just hits the fucking cop in the head with an aluminum bat.
So, yeah, Harry, the bartender,
you fucking kidding me?
Got a towel around the neck of the third man.
Yes,
the other 2 are down.
Yeah.
The third guy even says, "Hey, Captain, how's it going? Oh, you know, we're just settling things out. We're just letting off steam. So he works for the captain.
Yes, he's their man. He's the cop.
And the Harry's holding him, and then they lock the door. Jeremy leaves, and the Harry goes, "I'll show you what a beat cop does."
Yeah,
and then they show the captain raise a baseball bat above his head like a fucking battle axe, and swing down. Did he just kill?
I know. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did he just kill
his own man? Cop? His own cop? Like, again, it's in front of so many witnesses that there are people just sitting at the bar watching this happen.
What the fuck does that? What?
What captain? Yeah, I know. I can't even put together a coherent sentence to express the lunacy of this scene. And what happens? Like, he was like, "Hey, you're a reprimand. You're suspended without pay. You know, go home."
Maybe punch him in the gut.
Yeah,
maybe not brain him with a fucking bat.
He's your own cop. He works for you. It's so goddamn retarded. It's nauseating almost.
I'm already out. I've gone through this entire flask. We're still doing this movie. Jesus.
Back at Jeremy's house, Rebecca's tied up. She's gagged. Hat sits next to her, calmly eating cookies, while Goon 1 stands behind her. Hat wants to know where Jeremy is, but she's like, hey, I don't know. This caused Hat to scream like a madman in her face, but then he goes right back to being calm. And this one scream, like, okay, he's, snapping, I get he's mad, but it kind of goes on too long. Like, he holds that scream a little too
I kind of
long.
liked it. This was the 3 minutes of the movie I liked.
Yeah, I will agree, because of this guy, because of Bill Ober's, his performance as Hat. And I'm sorry, every time I hear a guy named Hat, it's ridiculous. And every time I see that, all I think of is that South Park episode where, like, Free Hat. Where there was another killer.
Yeah.
It was like they're trying to get him out of jail for like killing or something like that. He did something really weird. Creepy. So suddenly Rebecca starts speaking in Spanish, which I was like, caught me off guard. Like, did she just get possessed?
Like, totally authentic.
I had
trilling her R's and
like I had no idea she's supposed to be Hispanic or Latino.
Right out of Mexico City, like a street merchant just telling someone to fuck off.
Where did that come from?
I know. I was like, holy shit. I mean, she's got brown hair. That's about it.
It's more, it's like, it's completely like, what? So, again, the scene between Hannah and Rebecca, even though it's good, it goes on for a while, and I eventually got bored with it. I really did. Hat sends Goon 1 upstairs to check on Goon 2 because, hey, he's been up there a while. But before Goon 2 can leave, they think they hear something outside. Heather comes down the stairs covered in blood and just walks out the front door. Like, nobody stops, nobody sees. She just walks downstairs out the door like nothing happened. Outside, Hat sneaking around the house with his silenced Uzi, by the way. He finds and grabs Heather, saying, God knows how much I love little girls. But before he can do anything, he notices Heather is looking up and behind him in fear. Hat turns around, finds himself face to face with Krampus. Heather runs off. Hat falls to the ground, fires a few rounds at Krampus, but he quickly runs out of ammo. Now, normally in these movies, we always we're complaining about the opposite, the gun that never runs out of ammo, the magic gun. But this time, an Uzi with the extended clip runs out of ammo like after 7 to 10 shots, which would never happen because this clip is easily a 30-round clip, if not more. It's like, boop, done, out of ammo. It's like, what? Really? Really? You even fucked that up? Like, just have him unload an Uzi, but no. Oh, we're out of ammo.
Out of ammo.
Krampus picks up Hat by the neck, lifts him off the ground and into the air. Holding him off the ground with one hand, Krampus pulls him in close and tells him that he's been naughty. And then Hat just seems to die. I mean, you don't really see. I guess he choked him to death, but you don't really see anything. You don't really hear a snapping the neck or crack. He just dies. I guess. Like, you never really see him again. He's like, you've been naughty, and then you see some feet, him holding the body up at the feet, and that's it. Never. Yeah, he drops him. You never see him. I think you see him, but I guess he's dead. So this is the first time we get a really good look at Krampus' face, which looks just like a higher end Halloween mask.
Yeah.
Like one that, a giant box would be behind the counter up on the wall.
This is the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy pulls up. He finds Heather outside, bloody, but he leaves her alone.
Yeah. So he's drunk, concussed, and he comes up and he sees his daughter outside. I think she's got blood on her from stabbing.
Yeah,
she's covered in blood. And he's just like, you okay? How many are in there? All right, stay here. And she's obviously fucking cold, because the one thing they did get right in this movie is that there's snow.
There's snow.
There's a lot of snow.
A lot of snow.
And she's standing in pajama pants and a tank top.
Yeah, like,
and you can tell
it's like a t-shirt. Yeah.
She's like fucking freezing. just tell her to get in the car.
Exactly.
Something. He's like, stay here, don't move. And she's like, fuck.
So, on his way into the house, he finds Hat's body in the yard. He hears Rebecca scream, but before he goes to check on his daughter, he decides, you know what? I'm going to shoot Hat twice in the face.
Yeah.
Again, he's a cop who's shooting a perk in the face. He's already down. What the shit, man?
He doesn't know he's dead. We don't know if he might not still be dead. But he sees and goes, oh, there he is. Pop, pop.
These cops, all the cops in this town need to be locked up and thrown up for this town should be living in fear of the police. Like, Krampus is doing God's work, man. He should be taking out these crooked cops. He's taking out Jeremy and Walker.
They're just like a wild gang.
They are.
Yeah.
It's like the Wild fucking West,
Yeah.
man. Billy Kid and his crew just doing whatever the fuck they want.
And they can do it because they have a badge.
So at the front door, he tells Heather to run straight up to her room after he goes inside. And again, another shitty idea and proof that he's a bad cop. First of all, he never calls in or requests backup at his house. I personally would never tell my daughter to run in blindly somewhere where there's intruders that you don't know where there are, how many are left. Have her wait in the car, or better yet, run to a neighbor's house to call for help, then blindly running upstairs where, if all they know, one of them could be up there waiting for them. But he's like, nope, go on into this dangerous area.
God damn it.
I want to throw something. I really want to throw something right now. So Jeremy throws open the front door and immediately just shoots Goon 1 in the head, killing him.
From across the room, from across the house.
Yeah.
He's on the complete other opposite side of the house. Goon 1 looks over going,
Huh?
And
Bam!
then, boom, dead center right in the forehead.
Yeah. He frees Rebecca. They hug. And then all of a sudden, Jeremy blurts out that he's here. And Rebecca's like, who the fuck are you talking about? What? Who's here?
Because there's no reason for Jeremy to know anything about Krampus.
I know. No reason.
He just starts going, oh, he's here. She's like, what are you talking about? He runs over, picks up like a Krampus DVD.
Or a book or something.
Book.
Yeah.
And he's like, look. Like, huh? It says Krampus on it. And he's like, it's here.
Yeah.
It's here. This doesn't make any sense.
He begins to ramble on about Krampus. Now Krampus is after him. And he still has 12 minutes till midnight. So he's got 12 minutes left. And that's when he gets attacked from behind by Krampus, who comes out of fucking nowhere, by the way. Just nowhere. Blackout as Rebecca screams. We jump to Krampus running a black finger over Jeremy's face, saying, Merry Christmas, Jeremy, as Jeremy lies there unconscious. And this made me think, how many times has this bastard been knocked out in this movie in the same day? Like, this schmuck is going to be heavily concussed and have brain damage.
Poor bastard.
He's been knocked unconscious 2, maybe 3 times, hit over the head with a beer bottle, which nearly knocked him unconscious.
That's some really bad CTE going on.
He's going to be bad shape. He finds Rebecca is chained up by Krampus's chains. Jeremy comes to, in slow motion, of course. Again, not needed, but slow motion. He crawls over to Rebecca, who is now dead.
Why?
Yeah. Was she naughty? We never. She didn't do anything naughty in the movie.
Poor lady. All she tried to do was bake some shitty-looking cookies and have a nice Christmas
And protect her family.
Why?
Yeah, she should not be dead. Like, but she's dead.
Yeah. And by Krampus.
Yeah. So I don't know. He holds Rebecca, her body in his arms. Time passes.
A lot of time.
Jesus. And he finally realized that. Now he realizes, holy shit, I have a daughter, which I apparently forgot about this entire time.
For her.
Yeah. So he gets up, rushes upstairs.
As he's rushing, the effects are like split. It's like
it's distorted
film.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going and going and going.
But the funny thing is, he gets to the top of the stairs, but as soon as he gets to the top, he turns around and runs right back down the stairs, stumbles over the Christmas tree where he finds a large sack.
Like a big burlap
sack. He opens it up and starts pointing out various, like,
He thinks that Heather's in it, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the thing I got. Like, he thinks Heather's body's in there. All he's doing is point out present after present. Realizes that Heather's not there. He starts to cry. He stumbles out the front door where he falls to his knees as more cops arrive on the scene, which, nobody ever called them. How are they there? But they're there. We cut to Krampus's cave. The camera pans around the candlelit cave, and it comes to a stop on the naughty list. And a knife stabs down right on Heather Duffin's name. And we cut to Heather, who is now chained up, and she has now become Krampus's new pet girl. Blackout, roll credits. During the credits, there's some outtakes, but nothing special or even that fun. It's just bullshit. That's Krampus, the Christmas devil. Holy fuck, what a piece of crap that is. Let's move on to favorite kills.
There can be only one. Favorite kill.
All right, favorite kills. Again, this movie is shit for kills. It's
really
awful.
Shitty.
Trying even to pick it. Whatever. We're doing it because we do it, but I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't even bother.
There's really not good. The kills are shit.
They are. They're all shit.
They're really bad.
They are. You gotta pick one though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we don't even know if some people even die.
Yeah, technically.
Like, I guess my favorite kill would be Norris in Krampus's lair.
Yeah.
Where he says "fuck you," and Krampus stabs him. It's a shitty effect.
Oh yeah.
But it's like the attempt at an effect, I guess.
Yeah.
They're trying, so I guess I'll say that's my favorite one for the attempt, the heartbeat squish with fucking Jello.
Yeah,
it's it looks like the things that we did when we were teenagers.
Yes, it does.
In 1996,
94. Yeah.
So for them to be doing this 20 years later and have like this the same type of effects, I'm like, God damn, guys, you guys suck. You guys really shit the bed on this one. But yeah, that's my favorite kill.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. I the same thing, like the same reason. It's the only one that it looked like they made any kind of attempt on. It's the only one actual real kill that you really see in the movie of any worse. So it's not exciting. It sucks this week, but that's it. We're both taking Norris in the cave with the heart and the knife. So that's it. Let's move on to odds and ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
All right, ratings. IMDb gives it a 1.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, no thermometer score, but it has a 17% audience score. And Amazon gives it a 2 out of 5.
That's pretty low for Amazon.
That is low. This is one of our lowest.
So what was IMDb again?
1.7.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
1.7. They can't even get 2 full stars.
Nope. Plot keywords. There were only 10, so I just wrote them all down.
Panties?
Nope, but there should have been.
Yeah.
Christmas horror. Hull, Hull, like the director's name. Why that's a plot keyword, I don't fucking know.
That's
it's
really
not like
strange.
I watch E.T. and then Spielberg,
Yeah.
or Star Wars and Lucas. I don't know. Santa Claus, Christmas, Devil, Krampus, and then it gets pervy. And then he goes bare breast, female nudity, chained to a wall is a plot keyword, and pervert. Pervert is a plot keyword.
What kind of movies can I find a good perv in?
Yeah, I want a pervy movie. So moving on to trivia. The picture that is put up in the missing kids room is the director's nephew, the one that you see pinned to the wall. And behind it are his other nephews. All the children on the maps were pictures given to the director by his friends. However, the wanted posters, the missing posters on the side of the maps are actual missing children posters. The director and producers hoped it would be beneficial in helping finding the actual missing children.
Really? Do they really think this will be beneficial?
I'm not going to knock him for that if that's true. But Jeremy Duffin's house in the movie is actually that of the actor A.J. Leslie. His wife, Candy, can be seen as the reporter in the movie.
What's her name?
Candy. With an I.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Jason Hall learned of Krampus during the filming of his second film called The Four. After they completed post-production on it, he immediately began writing the Krampus screenplay, which he should have spent a little more time on. Krampus's cave is actually the basement of a local tavern in Edinburgh, Pennsylvania, called Fat Willie's. The owners were gracious enough to allow them to film there even while the bar was busy. And Paul Ferm, F-E-R-M, who played Santa Claus, is actually a former Miami area homicide detective. He actually made the child Sean, played by Ben Weaver, cry during the cage scene in the cave. Benny was so scared he wouldn't return to the cave while Paul was present.
Yeah.
Director Jason Hall had to cut a page from the script because Benny was so afraid of Paul, which is evident in the video. Like, this kid looks like he's about to piss himself. This guy is laying into him.
It's like some fucking trauma there.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason there's a Screen Actors Guild. You know? Like, maybe we should protect some of these child actors. You're giving this kid fucking trauma for your movie. For your shitty movie. Goddamn, ease back a little bit, guys.
Now, I was hesitant to bring this up because that's it for trivia. We have a budget, but it's not the budget. Because I was looking around, like, it's obviously something like Wikipedia went in Wikipedia and like fucked it up and it's like being funny. Because there's no way the budget listed is what the budget.
Can I take a guess?
If you want the guess,
the supposed
sure.
Okay, because I know I didn't see it. I don't know, but it sounds like it's going to be way more than what what they really did put into it.
Yeah.
$500,000.
Way off.
Okay.
$7,525,000. That's what somebody put as a budget on this thing.
These money laundering motherfuckers. It's got to be a bike gang.
It really is.
And they're just
gang.
like trying to like
they're trying to launder all their angel dust money.
Yeah, all their meth money. Let's make a movie. $7 million. Holy shit.
There's no way that they caused that stuff, but it's just funny that that's what was written down. $7.5 million.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They're laundering money. Dude, we need to call the FBI and have them look into this. Like, hey, we're a podcast, but we need to do our civil duty.
We think we're onto something here.
We might be onto something. You need to look into these motherfuckers.
All right, let's move on.
Shit. $7.5 million? Fuck you. That's crazy. You're just admitting your crime.
All right, let's move on to 5-star reviews.
These special movies have a place in these special people's hearts. 5-star reviews.
Now, there were 77 total reviews on Amazon for this movie. 17% of them are 5-star reviews, while 64% are 1-star reviews.
Wow. That is an overwhelming
Now,
1-star review.
Most of the 5-star reviews read as follows. Great movie, great price, fast shipping, great movie, great, thanks, great, $, good B movie. That's what most of them were. But then there were a few others that go like from JCG and TLG. Picked it up at my local Wally World, and I enjoy these types of movies tremendously. Don't look for a big budget film, but it's not that, which makes 0 sense. I could see this turning into an underground cult classic, 5 stars.
If you're an asshole.
Yes. Now, from Rebecca D. I love how people are ragging on this film. Indie films are not perfect, and I found this one to be quite interesting and funny. Perhaps the negative Nancys need a visit from Krampus himself, because all you're getting this year is a lump of coal. I enjoyed it. One of the many actresses is super fine. It's a good film, great by indie standards and tight budgets. Go back to your parents' basement and enjoy being riddled by this review. 5 stars.
What?
Yes.
The many actresses?
One of the main actresses is super fine. The only one I know is kind of attractive is the wife. Yeah. What? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's from Rebecca D. From Tony Rudisil writes, scary. 5 stars. Like, there's nothing scary about it. Well, it's scary, but not in the way it's supposed to be. Jeff writes, very fast shipping. Can't wait to see it. 5 stars for sure. 5 stars.
Can't wait to see it.
He gives it 5 stars before he's even seen the thing.
I hope he killed himself. That fucker.
If I'm an Amazon customer, just this met my expectations. 5 stars. First of all, the grammar's backwards. It's like, if this just met your expectations, you need to raise your expectations a lot. Shit. And second, that's not a 5-star review. That's a 3 at best.
Like a C.
Yeah. All right, the last one's from Tim O'Donnell, the Celtic Critic, on February 14th, 2017. Krampus, A Bloody Christmas, and the amazing loveliness of Angela Lee. What more could you ask for in a film? That's the title of his review. Here we go. This one's a little longer, so prepare. Filmmaker Josh Hull brings us up to date on the legend of Krampus in this bloody, brilliant tale of a Christmas gone awry. And first of all, he capitalizes really odd words like that don't need to be capitalized throughout this whole thing. He starts by presenting us with the origins of Krampus and his connection with Santa. Then goes right into the Krampus horror being inundated upon a small cut-off town. Cut off? They never announced it. They're not, they're in quarantine. They're not cut off.
They're not like out in the middle of nowhere. They got a bar. They got stuff going on.
The tale lively moves along and has plenty of twists and side stories that make the story riveting. And there's plenty of action mayhem. The acting is superb and well cast. Paul Firm is fabulous as the vindictive Santa, and AJ Leslie is fantastic as Jeremy Duffin, the Krampus hunter who's still also trying to protect his family. The wife Rebecca and daughter Heather, award-winning actor Bill Oberst Jr. makes an appearance as the brutal sociopath Brian Hatt in his usual flawless fashion. The rest of the cast is equally as good, which brings me to the incredible and beautiful and perfectly stacked Angelina Lee as a reluctant Krampus pet. Now that's perfect casting. A Howdy Bloodfest that can be enjoyed all year long. One more thing, now that I know Angelina Lee is his pet, all my Christmas wishes will be addressed to Krampus. 3 exclamation marks, 5 stars.
Someone's got a boner for that chick.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big time. That's kind of creepy.
It's like, that was, fuck you.
Yeah. You know? Now, just for fun measure, because we have a little time to kill, I did write a 1-star review down that I got off of IMDb, and it's from Dan Panic entitled Dear Lord. Jason Hall had something great going for him. He jumped in on the ground floor of the ever-growing love of Krampus legend. Then he took all the money he collected to make the film and spent it on hookers and PCP. I figured that this film was going to be a giant piece of crap, but considering the supposed budget and hype for the film, being the first to tackle Krampus, I figured it would be at least entertaining, be an entertaining kind of bad. Instead, it's a complete mess of detective drama / serial killer / thriller and horror film. Almost unwatchable, even if you ignore how Jason completely ignores every bit of Krampus legend and instead turns this into a bad episode of Law & Order SVU. Ruined my Christmas and my life. 1 star.
Agreed.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, it's funny he wrote it because I said that actually in the opening. Like, this is more like a really bad episode of SVU than a Christmas horror movie. It's just, God, it's just bad in every sense of the word. Like, I'm running out of energy and things to say about it. Like even try to be remotely.
Yeah, I came in with in a good mood. Now I'm like,
you're right. I'm kind of in a bad mood now. It's like it brought me down. All right. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Put a nice little shitty bow on it. Aaron, make it official. What's your final thoughts?
I think it goes without saying. So bad it's scary. So bad it's fucking scary. I mean, this is a movie that doesn't know what it wants to fucking be. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a horror movie? Is it a cop movie? Is it a crime movie? Is it a thriller? It's like, let's just take a little bit of everything and smash it all together, take a shit on it, and fucking rub it around
That's a great way.
with some Yuletide cheer and fucking slap the word Krampus on it and try and piggyback off the Krampus craze that's going on. Personally, I'm not a huge Krampus guy. I know it's like this fad that's kind of been going on the last like 5-6 years or something. It's like, ooh, Krampus, he's like the scary Santa. It's like, okay, yes, that's true in German lore. Yeah, they talked about Krampus being around. Yeah, great. That's not my fucking Christmas. I don't want to do anything with that. Fuck off, Krampus. You know, that's all I gotta say. So I don't mind a little dabble here, a little dabble there. And these guys obviously just tried to piggyback off it. They just slapdashed a horrible script.
Well, I don't know if they're really piggybacking because if this was the date, this really might have been the first of the Krampus movies before the big, wave hit. But
they re-released it in 2015 to try and piggyback.
Right,
off
to
of
try
it.
to pick that one. But I'm saying when it was first filmed, maybe not.
Okay, well, regardless.
Okay.
Still, God damn it. This movie is just, there was no care or effort or attention paid to any aspect of filmmaking, whether it be the acting, the editing, the lighting, the camera work, the sound, nothing. There was no semblance of effort, essentially, into this. It just seemed like a bunch of dudes who liked to play with guns who had some money to spend and go play off and jerk off in the woods. And that's what it was. Well, I like horror movies. Well, I like cop movies. Well, I like thrillers. Well, how about Christmas? It's like they just did all this crap together. Fuck you, in your fucking face. So bad it's scary.
Well, I mimic that. I mirror that exactly. I mean, it's so bad it's scary. You guys, do not waste your time with this movie. Everything Aaron says is right on. They did. I know I'm going to probably repeat a few, but yeah, it's exactly what you said. Like, they tried a little bit of everything together, which it makes the movie complete nonsense. Like, you don't need the shit with Brian Hatt. It's really pointless to the character, the story. You don't need the hat. You don't need all this other shit. I don't mind the Krampus. Yeah, it's a craze right now. It's fine. I don't mind the Krampus. The idea, it's a good thing for a movie. I mean, it's a great idea for filmmaking, really, for Christmas horror. I get it, but it's so poorly done. Like I said, it feels like they put. I'm sure they did when they were making it. They probably thought, "Hey, this is great. We're crying hard," but man, it feels like they didn't put any effort into it. I really agree. So bad it's scary. I'm not gonna ramble on. It's just fucking awful in every sense of the word. So there you have it, guys. Holiday season, episode 1 kicked off with a shit turd.
Yeah.
Well, shit turd. That's kind of the same thing, but
Kind of redundant.
kind of redundant. But it needs to be redone with this movie. You can't emphasize enough how shitty this thing is. So in the meantime, guys, we'll be back next week with another Christmas horror movie for the season. And in the meantime, guys, watch more horror movies and remember to always keep it tight.
Merry Christmas.